Hi, folks. This is Dr. Kat Schreier, your host for The Water Show, founder of the Water Citizen Media Foundation. And we're here again covering the Water Council events here in Milwaukee. And we're actually back at the Global Water Center, which is this really innovative location in Milwaukee that was developed through the Water Council, host of the Water Summit, with one of the newest members of the BREW program. So you've heard that BREW, you remember what it stands for?
It's business, enterprise.
Let's see, business research, BR, entrepreneurship. And we heard this week that you can use either W word that you want. You can call it for water, for Wisconsin. Either way is fine. But it is the entrepreneurs that were selected through a very competitive process that have lots of great benefits here. Here in the building, they get building space. They get access to being in the same building with university labs and major corporations that related to water that are here in the building.
That's correct.
So and Ingcheng Douglas Hwang is a part of that BREW class number 4. It was just announced today at the Water Summit. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So in your company, tell us the name of your company and what does it do?
CORNCOB Inc. is a new company, and the product is called CORNCOB 2.
Yeah, so CORNCOB, as in the cob for corn.
Correct. However,
Yes.
That is not our building material.
Okay.
It is the physical format of our product because we mount discs, membrane
Gotcha.
discs
Okay.
onto shaft.
So the part, and so as we've seen from the other sponsors, and hopefully you guys have looked at the videos for the other sponsors for this week's Water Summit, a lot of folks are looking at the treatment processes for water and wastewater, as well as industrial water. That is often a major part of the expenses, is different aspects of treatment. And we talk to people who've done chemical treatment and biological treatment, but this is actually getting into the physical aspect of treatment, correct?
Yes, it's a physical treatment, membrane separation.
Now, where do membranes usually come into play in water treatment?
Membrane, everybody has that at home, under the sink.
Okay.
You get your drinking water out of your, RO cartridges. So membrane have been around for 50 years, started out of Europe. However, it was not that affordable. Because it's a new technology, everybody wanted to hide how to make it in the early days. But we are at a crossroad where we have membrane as a commodity. And it become a very popular science that you can find thousands of different kind of membranes out in the market. So we are capitalizing, leveraging that advantage and making a device using membrane technology available today,
Right.
affordable today. And we try to make this product vastly available and applicable to all different kind of water usage.
Now, we talked about the origin of your company and kind of looking at this idea that there's two factors that drive the price of having membranes in your water and wastewater system. And there's the cost of the materials itself.
Correct.
But then there's the energy associated with using membranes. Why? What is the energy need for membrane? Why is it important? And what are you guys doing differently?
In the seminar today, they say any startup need to be crazy.
Right? That helps.
So we are sort of one of them because we look at water history, right now we take water and treat it
Mm-hmm.
with the science that's known before.
Okay.
Settling, aeration, all the biological, all the chemical.
Mm-hmm.
So it has been there for hundreds or even thousands of years.
So there's
back
all
to the-
these steps that we put our water through in order to make sure that we treat different things that are in the water.
Exactly.
And some of it is sort of back up and
That's
just
right.
sort of making sure that we get everything.
That's right. And what we now can do with
Mm-hmm.
membrane technology is with our CORNCOB formation,
Mm.
we can take solids in and we can take impurity in directly.
Mm-hmm.
So sewage can come into CORNCOB 2 directly. Leachate,
Mm-hmm.
industrial wastewater.
So it doesn't have to go through settling
No,
first.
No.
It doesn't have to go through aeration. It just goes straight to the membrane.
that's correct.
So usually the membrane is at the end, that everything else, that if you try to put things in the membrane too quickly before you've taken out the solids, what
Mhm.
happens?
It cracks up right away.
Okay, so
And,
they can't handle any kind of solids hitting
Yeah.
the membrane.
Yeah, membrane
So
being
it's kind of at the end, it's more advanced, tertiary, what's that? Yes,
tertiary treatment.
yeah,
That is correct.
yes.
In the past, they cannot do that because membrane is unforgiving.
Mm-hmm,
The pore is so fine
mm-hmm.
to the water molecule, so you cannot send in solids in. It's going to just crack right
It tears
away.
up your whole, it's like a mesh, it's like a mesh screen. And
Exactly.
yeah, like trying to put a baseball through a screen door.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and it cracks in seconds.
So why would your corncob formation not crack when you have a solid?
Yeah.
That's a solid.
We have two stages of development. The
Mm.
first one is technology or methodology called high velocity cross flow. In this, it used to be you pump a lot of water at a high velocity and scour the membrane surface to keep it clean.
Mm.
So we developed into that phase one, and successfully we were treating leachate, we were treating small community, 100 house community sewage.
Where was that?
In Minnesota.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay.
And however, we try to look to scale them up.
Yeah.
And when we scaled it up to a city like Milwaukee, like Chicago, like DC,
Mm-hmm.
we found we need to build a power plant to support the energy need.
So a lot of energy was
A
required.
lot of, yeah. So one of those days in the office, we thought, instead of moving water, why don't we move membrane? It's relative,
Right.
so that's kind of intuitive. So we start to think about membrane, moving membrane.
So the membrane, rather than having a flat membrane surface
Mhm.
that the water's pushed through.
Under
Right.
pressure, yes.
Right. And people talk about both push and pull through the membrane.
Mhm.
Either way, you're focusing on how you move the water through that membrane.
Correct.
So you're taking these corncob shaped membranes
Mhm.
and making it like a washing machine?
We spin it.
Yeah.
Washing machine is on the second stage of spinning
Okay.
because we can reverse the spinning direction.
Okay.
So it's like a washboard. We spin it this way
Yeah.
to clean it. When it's cracked,
Yeah.
we spin it the other way.
Okay. So,
So-
solids on, solids off.
Exactly. So with these discs mounted on a shaft that we
Okay.
can spin it,
Yeah.
now we have achieved a mechanism to keep the membrane clean
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And that brings us a lot of benefits, like taking solids right in,
Yeah.
sewage right in,
Right.
leachate, everything. all the water or even hydraulic oil, we can take it in and do the membrane separation and return to clean water and raw material that's concentrated.
Now, you're brand new. Again, they just announced today. So when did you guys found out a little earlier, but you weren't allowed to say anything, right?
Yeah, that's right. That was highly confidential.
Yes, so that they were able to announce that today during the final awards ceremony for the Water Summit. And where a lot of the folks come into the BREW is sort of they've got a technology, they can see there's potential for applications, there's lots of benefits,
Correct.
potential customer base. And what you're going to get, part of the benefit of being here is working with Whitewater Business School and working with the business model canvas and working with your marketing and everything else to really figure out in the whole lean startup approach.
Correct.
To figure out who your target customers are and actually begin lining up more customers.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So what where are you right now as far as customer base? So we're not expecting you to know all the answers right now because you just started.
Yeah.
So, but where are you now? And where do you think that the BREW is going to most help you in order to grow corncob from a really cool idea with lots of potential applications and benefits to a thriving company?
Again, we believe this is a multi-billion-dollar business that we are starting.
Right.
And being with Water Council,
Yeah.
there is two highly valuable components to us. And that is number one, training, business training, like you said, lean customer development,
Right.
business canvas development, growth wheel.
Right.
All those kind of business tools, we will be trained and guided through.
Right.
And at the end, we hope to have a company with not only vision. Our vision, as you see on our card, it's changing water, changing lives.
Right. Right.
It's big.
It is.
It is big.
It is. And this is what drives so many of the waterpreneurs is they see the potential that is more than just a business. It is a passion. It is, world changing.
Correct.
And in order to be a self-sustaining and thriving company to have that impact,
That's right.
you got to figure out your customer base, your channels of distribution, who else needs to be at the table,
That's right.
who's going to approve these processes, or are you going through a larger organization? Have you? So you've done a little bit of testing. I mean, is this still sort of coming out of a laboratory setting, or where did you guys meet? How did this team come together?
There are four of us.
Yeah.
Two from Czech Republic. I'm from Taiwan.
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
And one is local. That is Mr. Davey.
Okay.
We have combined 127 years of industrial experience
Wow.
into this.
Right.
However, we are limited in the wastewater sector. So given the implication of this CORNCOB 2 coming in materializing,
Right.
it's a totally whole different. That's why we send us back to school here.
Right. Yeah. Well,
To get
yeah. And so
started.
there's a huge education and talking to potential customers, but just based on what you're thinking, it's probably going to be moving into that wastewater sector as looking for wastewater applications.
Yeah, that's where we came from. However, we do see it's into many other things, watershed management, philanthropy, worldwide water needs in other parts of country, as well as worldwide. it's going to need a lot of kind of partnership
Yeah.
into geographically, industrial-wise. It's everywhere that we can see. Actually.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's, I mean, that's one of the challenges with being a startup. When you see, we can do anything for everyone, but at some point to focus on a niche, to be clear on the philosophy, to what's your belief statement, and what are you doing and for whom, to make that really concise.
yes,
And to some extent, yeah, you might have other opportunities down the road, but at some point, pick one. And or pick a few to focus on and see what comes together. So I'm sure they'll walk you through how to come through with flying colors and something like, as you start putting this out there, something will
yes. I'm very sure Water Council BREW class Kahoot.
Yes.
That's going to get us started.
Nice, so nice. Now, what is next for you guys? Where does it go from here?
We are building a pilot unit, and we wanted to actually demonstrate the technology.
Right.
So that is going to start to happen in a couple of months.
And you actually have to physically move into. Are you going to be in this building?
Yes,
it
will be
into
on
this
the
building.
third floor.
Okay, all right. So the old BREW class that just graduated, they're going to give them the boot and they get kicked out.
Yeah. Some of them will.
So some will stick around, but yeah. So
yeah, it's a very great opportunity and a great honor that we got chosen, and we got all the help we need here. So that's networking is actually the second greatest value that the Water Council brings to the BREW member.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It opens the whole world.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard so many stories just in time that we spend this week of whole new companies that started because people ran into each other at the little coffee shop on the first floor. That they see each other in the hallways, that they're surrounded by people who are thinking about similar sorts of issues. And how do we take this technology and apply it to this problem and in this innovative way, and this new regulation has come along, or this new standard or something.
Correct.
That people start putting their heads together, and that energy, as well as opportunities to network, events like this week's events with big players in the field. Can see how to use your technology in ways you may not even dreamed of.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's a great gathering. All the industrial leader in the wastewater, they are all there. They are all sponsoring, and it's just amazing.
Cool. Well, we wish you the best of luck. Congratulations, a great honor, and thank you so much for stepping up on your communication side also, and to talk about, even at this early stage, to talk with the water citizens, to talk about the great concepts that you guys are putting together. And this is how innovation starts, and this is how it gets cultivated, so that we can bring new some innovative approaches into the water sector and keep moving forward on behalf of everybody who drinks water, uses water, which is all of us. So all right.
And thank you.
Well, thank you. And if you're watching this anywhere other than thewatershow.org, head on over there. That's where we got all our videos, our other sponsor videos, as well as the coverage from the Water Council events this week, the Water Summit, and places that you can type in your comments, your questions, and we'll follow up with you. And thank you so much for coming out, and we'll see you at the Water Show.